Okay everyone, so in today's video we'll be doing some repair work on my pool here in South Florida. The pool's about 12 years old now, has needed some TLC for a little while, so there are a couple of things we've been doing. One is repairing some cracks in the concrete patio on the decking. These are more structural cracks that we've repaired. I'll do a short video on how to do these kind of structural repairs on cracks. We'll also be doing a little bit of surface crack repairing and then painting. But in today's video, what we're going to focus on is repairing a channel drain, otherwise known as a deck drain or pool patio drain. Now these are the kinds of drains that are put in next to a house along your patio, or in a large area of a patio where there are two slopes going down. They're meant to collect the water, not let it pool up on your patio, not let it run into your pool, but to collect the water. So they're sloping down, the patio slopes down into a channel drain. Channel drain collects the water and then runs it out to the end into a drain pipe. Over time, what happens to these hard PVC drains is that the tops may break. You'll see here a couple of spots where the drain has broken, and the little fins on top, the little slots, have snapped, leaving an unsightly hole in the drain. And so we'll talk about how to repair that. Now there are two very important things to figure out and to know about your drain before you go trying to replace the entire channel drain or the top of the drain to repair these holes. Those two things are knowing what type of drain it is, and then knowing whether it's a one-piece or a two-piece drain. So let me explain. The type of drain I have in my pool patio is called a super drain. And I've been able to determine that there were a couple of reasons I was able to determine that, a couple of telltale signs that it is a super drain. Number one, a super drain is 2 inches wide at the top, which is exactly what mine is here, 2 inches. Secondly, the shape of a super drain shows that it has the sort of funnel shape at the top here. These long slits in the top have a kind of an angle cut to them. There's a funnel inside, and then at the bottom of the super drain is a circle. It's a round bottom to the drain, and that allows more water to go down into the funnel, into the circle, and then out the drain toward the other end. These are common in pool decks in South Florida. The other common type of drain is called a deco drain. It's a little narrower. You may have an even wider drain, water hog type of drain, something like that. But you'll want to understand and know what type of drain you have. And that's going to be important for you because you either need to replace the entire drain, which means removing this entire plastic channel out of the concrete and putting a whole new channel drain inside, or replace the top of the drain. Now it's easier to replace the top of the drain if the drain that was installed is a two-piece drain. Two-piece drains have a bottom that goes into the concrete and then a top cap that sits on top and is either snapped in or slides in from the end. My particular drain is a one-piece drain, meaning this entire piece of plastic is one piece from the bottom all the way up to the top and around the cap. So what I'll be able to show you at the end, if I go to the end of the drain, we'll be able to see what a one-piece drain looks like, and another sign that this is definitely a super drain. So if you look at the end here, the end shows the profile of the super drain. You can see the funnel coming down, and then it's round on the bottom. You see the pool company that installed our pool put a pipe in the end, which is meant to drain out into a French drain. I've left it exposed, and we've got a French drain in our yard that collects the water, drains it down down the yard and into a collection point further down into the yard. So that is a super drain. That's the telltale sign you've got a super drain. And you also see a super drain has these little fins on the side. And when these are installed, the super drain is put in, the concrete is later poured, and the concrete all along this drain, the channel drain, length of the channel drain, the concrete will grab into these fins. Now, there are two ways to fix this. We could either have the entire drain cut out and a new drain put in. That would probably cost us a few $1,000s to have some people come out, cut the concrete on both sides, slide the entire drain out, put a new drain in, patch the concrete, and redo all of this. Another way might be to cut the cap, take a reciprocating saw down the entire length of the channel drain, cut the plastic, and try to rip the plastic out of its cavity here in the concrete, and then attempt to cut these concrete fins that are going to be all on the side here out and put a whole new drain in. What we're going to do today is concentrate on trying to put a new top on this drain. So we're going to cut the top out, and we're going to put a replacement cap onto the super drain. There are replacement caps that are sold at a number of different places online. We'll talk about those in just a minute. So what we'll need to do our job today are a number of things. We'll need an extension cord. We'll need some caulk, some high-grade silicone white caulk that will work outdoors. We'll need an angle grinder with a diamond blade. Will probably do the trick for us. We'll need a caulking gun. We'll likely need a couple of utility knives. I've got a handful of them. I've just got a couple of them here. Gloves, of course, safety glasses, and we'll need a measuring tape. So these old drains are 10 feet in length. Each section, you'll see there is a seam for the 10 feet. The new drain caps are 5 feet each, so I've got 6 of those. So we have 30 feet of drain to replace. So we will start at one end, and what we'll do is we'll take the angle grinder, we'll cut the top of the drain cap off. It should go pretty easily. We'll cut the entire length of the cap off, one cut on both sides. That will allow us to pull the cap off. Will also allow us to get down into the bottom of the drain, clean the drain out, make sure it's nice and clean. We'll likely have to come back and shave a little bit of the sides of the wall down of the drain itself. We need to get these cut down slightly because the new drain cap again has its own walls that we need to accommodate, and those will need to slip down into the drain that we have, and we'll need to caulk and lay this down inside this channel. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll cut the drain, and we'll see how that works. So we started at one end. What that will allow us to do is to pull this drain cap up, and you'll see that now we have no cap. We'll need to come back and shave these down a little bit, likely cut the walls down to fit the new drain in. So I'll go ahead and do the rest of this, and we'll come back and see what it looks like afterward.